Hey everybody, I just wanted to be honest for a minute. We can be honest with each other, right? I have had such an emotionally charged day today, and it's definitely because of the decision-making process. So I wanted to share that part of life also. It's not all humorous and glamorous. I talked to the doctor's office today, and they said that my paperwork is under review, which is great. That's great news. I should hear back later this week on when I can get an appointment. And so I asked her, because I don't live in the state where my surgery is going to be done, can he do some kind of phone consultation? And she was like, no, not really. He's too big of a doctor. He's in too high demand. He just doesn't do special treatments like that. So that was a little discouraging, because that means that I will have to fly back home to Oklahoma. We're temporarily living in Virginia, but I'll have to fly back home for a couple of days to see the surgeon. And that sounds great, but I have an infant. That means I have to pump for weeks to get ready for that trip. I have to make dinners. My husband has to take off work. I have to fly there, find a place to stay. I can probably stay with friends or my mom or my sister or whatever, but I have to buy a car. It's so much money. And then how many days do I schedule for this one meeting? Because you know how doctors are. They can cancel at any minute, which is incredibly scary and discouraging. And so I got through all of that. I processed all of that. And then I started talking to a friend a little bit later that afternoon, and or this afternoon, and she was so encouraging, and she was saying, you know, that she hears supernatural healing for me, and that was so encouraging, and it brought hope and peace. And but then the discouragement hit right away of, that's what I'm praying for too, and I don't know why it hasn't happened. It's a very real part of my life, because I am a Christian, and I've been praying for healing for over 9 years. So that's something that I need to deal with, and there's never a good time to deal with it, right? I'm sitting outside my son's baseball right now. I'm supposed to be in there watching him, but I wanted to share this because it is real. It's part of life. It's something that needs to be dealt with, but I don't have time right now, so I'm going to sweep that under the rug, and I'm going to deal with it later. I don't know when later is going to happen, because later I'm going to have other things to do. And then one day I'm going to wake up without a leg and not be able to process all the emotions that I'm going through. So I don't really know what that looks like, but that's part of this journey. Anyway, later that day, a couple hours later, after feeling a little bit of hope and looking into some new scriptures to stand on and some new sermons maybe to watch and some really encouraging things, I trip. I took my eyes off of my own feet for 1 second, and I trip. And that's all it takes. I have to watch each step so carefully. And I didn't. I was thinking about something else, and I tripped, and I landed on my bad foot. And I've been in such pain since that moment. And it's hard to even walk into baseball. And so that's where I'm at.